Welcome to Nomas Podcast Live, where we will react to videos, talk about current trending events, and possibly one or two conspiracies. So let's sit back, relax, and let's chat.
Hoy no más.
And we are freaking live. Welcome back to Nomas Podcast Live. This is going to be live number 18. Super excited. We're getting pretty close to the end of the year. Super excited that this year I was able to do and begin the lives. And I've had a couple people join in. And when you guys join in, you guys have made it the best experience possible. Even through some lives that I'm not the most proud of, but even those I have learned to enjoy across the time. So thank you for anybody that is currently watching right now or will watch this in a later time. So to start off, as always, my name is Angel Houseman. I try to do lives every Sunday, 8 o'clock. And for those that don't know, I do have a podcast every Wednesday, 6 p.m. I might not be uploading one this upcoming Wednesday just because it's getting close to Halloween. And I haven't taken my baby out to the pumpkin patch. I still need to get... Well, I took her today, but I want to take pictures of her and stuff like that. And then Halloween is literally this upcoming Friday. We don't have costumes. Well, I have costumes, but I wanted to have a family type of costume for everyone, and we still don't have those yet. So more to follow. I don't think I'll be doing a podcast this upcoming Wednesday, but if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. As always, Wednesdays podcast, Sunday lives. Try to be as consistent as possible. As far as podcasts, we're up to 132 podcasts and lives, as mentioned. 18. Today's the 18th live episode. So with that being said, let me see the topics we touch on. I have my little cards here. So the topics we touch on is from conspiracies to whatever trending is going on, any updates of like super trending or viral news or whatnot. And then from time to time, I do take a lot of pride that we do touch on plant medicine, ayahuasca in specific. In the channel, I've had a lot of people come and share their stories, their experiences with ayahuasca. So that's another topic we touch here. So with that being said, if you've been part of the lives for these 18th episodes, I did wanted to introduce a couple new things to the live. That it's going to be fairly new, and I'll show you guys right now. So whenever I do share like my back screen, I usually have this screen right here, and you can kind of see now there's a little bit of motion in the back. There's like that smoky, and then in the corner section you also see the smoke behind the logo. And then now whenever I share reels, I want to use this other screen that makes the actual reel a little bit bigger, and then you can see the smoke going in the background. Not sure if you guys prefer this this view more than this, as far as when it comes down to sharing reels, right? Like vertical format. When it comes down to like sharing something that it's from Google or whatnot, I will be using this other screen just because I have the option to like showcase my full screen. But as far as reels or TikToks, I kind of want to use this. So let me know if you guys prefer this view more. I'm a little bit bigger on the side, so for reaction videos or whatnot. And then when it comes down to you guys actually seeing the reel, it's a little bit more visible, right? So let me know if you guys prefer this this view as far as layout for TikToks and reels. Do you guys even care for any of that? So that's something new. Also, I might even be having a caller call in today. I still don't know, but the person that will be or might be calling in, she will be touching base on her experience with microdosing. That's something that I've always wanted to kind of like dive in and learn more about. I know there's a lot of benefits when it comes down to that. And I'm talking about like mushrooms in specific, right? I've heard a lot of good benefits from that. And I wanted to hear her experience on what she like experienced and went through and how she did it, so on and so forth. So hopefully she's able to call in. Aside from that, so whenever I do have a person call in, this is something else I worked on throughout the week, which is this in specific, right? So I'll be putting that icon whenever I am talking to somebody online, just that way, or on the live. That way you guys know that I'm talking to somebody on the live. And you guys, as always, you guys are more than welcome to call into the hotline. This hotline, you guys can, on WhatsApp, you guys can drop in links to, for video reactions, if you guys want to share something throughout the week, so I can play it here on the lives. You guys are more than welcome to, or call in if there's a specific topic that interests you. As we talked, this will be the hotline to call, right? So with that being said, so that's another icon that I created during the week. I'm just trying to level up the lives and pretty much the layouts and everything. I just want to give the best experience possible to the audience, and for everybody to be a community with due time, right? Something else that these are all quick updates. I'll jump into the live here shortly. But aside from that, I will eventually, when I did have like some little behind the scenes widgets. What they are is just something that's working in the background that I think eventually, if somebody does join in for the live, if you guys drop a comment, I know usually I'll pull up a comment here and you guys will see it like around here, but that's me physically doing it. But whenever I do have somebody joining the live and you guys are dropping comments, it's supposed to be like, we'll be able to see like the live chat here eventually. So that's going to be one thing. And then the other update is that, and this might take somebody to actually join in and do some sort of donation, which I might not have somebody in today. But what I'm talking about is called, like, let's say if somebody does a super chat, right? I think you can do it like for 99 cents or something like that, up to who knows how much, right? But I'm never like trying to push anybody to donate. If you guys are more than welcome to, cool. But if not, so be it. I'm just glad and honored whoever joins in, right? But it's supposed to, which I do want to test out, right? But let's say if somebody does a super chat, some like an emoji or an image is supposed to upload here. So I'm excited to see if that's actually working. So if there's anybody here watching at this moment, I do see like 2 people so far joining in. So if you guys want to try that out, see how that looks. If there's a way for you guys to do like 50 cents or something like that, I just want to see if it pops up. But that'll be another update that I want to see how that looks. But I think that's pretty much all the different updates I have for this live. And then with that being said, I'll be starting the live stream here shortly with everything I have laid out. And yeah, we'll take it from there. So I do see Julian. I think I'm not sure if you're actually joining in here, but Julie Cakes, he was planning on joining in. So hopefully, if you're not joining in right now, hopefully you do join in within a couple of minutes. And yeah, with that being said, I will start the live stream now. How long did it take doing this intro? Damn, 11 minutes? That's too long. Sorry, man. I'm just over here yapping, but I'm super excited just for these new updates that I have. You guys maybe you guys do understand, right? But for me, this is something that I totally geek out of, right? Like, I just can't believe that I can like literally, hey, oh shit. So I'm able to see the chat right now. I'm able to see on screen. Let me know if you guys see those comments on screen and if you guys like it. But now I will have the chat on the top corner. I see it's working now, so that's freaking dope. So I see Seb here. By the way, bro, let me know if there's any updates with the whole Munguia thing. I tried diving into it through TikTok and I couldn't find anything else on that, bro. But yeah, so I mentioned it to a couple of friends and they're like, oh, what the heck? But obviously they had heard the rumors from back in the days, but nothing concrete that she's over there working in TJ again. But yeah, okay. So Seb, you do see the chat on the top screen. Let me know if you guys like that. If not, I can always remove it. But with that being said, I will be starting the live stream with the mantra. The mantra is pretty much kind of like just some sort of like self-motivating, self-drive force And last week I asked ChatGPT to give us a mantra, not only for myself, but for you guys as well, just to start off the week in good vibes, good terms. And I really enjoyed it. So I wanted to go ahead and do the same for this upcoming week. Hopefully it does resonate with you guys. At least when I try to keep it only at like one, right? Whatever pops up that belongs to us, it's meant for us. So I will be starting the live right now with this mantra. So this upcoming week's mantra is: this week I refuse to shrink myself. I speak my truth even if my voice shakes. I'm done waiting for perfect. I'm showing up as I am, because that's already enough. That's beautiful within itself, right? We are perfectly unperfect, right? We all have so many flaws, right? We are our worst critics. Anything we do, we never think we're good enough, right? But as this mantra was saying is, I'm done waiting for perfect. Just whatever it is, whatever you have going on in your life, just do it, man. This life is passing by so fast. And I think the older you get, the more you start realizing that, man, like, you know what, this thing is flying. And just remember that this life, it's only a pit stop, that we're here temporarily, and everything that's left, it will only be memories. And one of the things is that right now, everything that we do, especially if you have kids, everything that you're currently doing, it's going to be memories for your children, right? So leave good memories for your loved ones. So do it for yourself, do it for your family, but stop waiting, as this mantra stating, stop waiting for perfection, stop waiting for you to be good enough. And so this week's energy is about stepping into who you really are, not the filtered version, not the one that plays it safe. This week, we're not waiting for confidence to show up. We're moving first. So take the first step, right? You're not waiting for confidence, right? You just do it, even if you mess up, right? And letting confidence catch up. No shrinking, no silence, just realness, right? And I think one of the best, I guess, analogies that I have here is that many comedians out there, and I've heard this so many times, they call it bombing, right? So whenever a stand-up comedian goes and performs, he's never going to be accomplishing the best performance of his time, right? There's going to be times when he's unfunny, maybe the crowd was not his crowd, and so on and so forth, right? So they call it bombing. So there is going to be times similar to myself. I'm like, man, like, what the heck? Like, I really hope and I pray to God, right, that I have a good live stream and that you guys enjoy the content, and I'm just not over here just talking, or as nowadays they call it, yapping about nothing. I really hope you guys enjoy the content and the things I share. Eventually, as stated in the past, share links with me so we can have a full-on conversation. So Seb, good thing, and I really appreciate you joining on this live once again, man. Like, really appreciate it. I think time is the most valuable thing, and I don't take any of that for granted. With that being said, so yeah, that's this upcoming week's mantra for not only for myself, but for all of us, that eventually, if you guys watch it at a later time, that's going to be our mantra for the week. So stop waiting for perfection, just take action and let everything else catch up. All right, so with that being said, I didn't see any other comment that I can pull up on the screen, and I'll get started with the live. So many times, right? And this is the crazy thing and the most beautiful thing that God's creation, the architect of the universe, creates, right? Many times we think of ourselves as, like, you know, a human being. We're like this grandiose person that we freaking have animals at the zoo, that we create machinery, we create computers, we're able to freaking live stream, connect with one another through technology. But when I watch this video, it's about ants, right? When I watch this video about ants, you can truly depict how freaking mind-blowing God and his creation can be with a tiny creation called an ant, right? and they're so like they're these very small creatures, right? We all know ants, but the way they work together and just the strength that they have is incredible. So this is by far the craziest video I've seen of ants working together. Check this out.
It just doesn't look real. It's like it's sliding on ball bearings.
So quick as well. Yeah, the teamwork on that, it's amazing.
Oh, look at that.
They are going up.
Wow. Man.
So I don't know if you guys can tell right there, but
Gotta give them credit.
Yeah.
all the ants are literally carrying this lizard
All the bambinos will have a good feast
that
tonight.
passed, and they're literally carrying it all together, all as a team carrying it. Okay, so if you made it this far, just wait for this moment right here. Wait for this moment that, okay, you obviously see the curvature of this pot, and what they do here is insane.
Like sun allergy where it was like spots and red and they were like burnt after like aloe for 4 days. It was crazy.
So let me zoom in a little bit into this one so you guys can really see what they're going to be doing right here. Check this out. This is insane right here. So they got to the point that look at that. They're literally forming some sort of like a rope with all of their bodies.
They did it. They did it.
They got it.
They got it.
That's
I'm
freaking
impressed.
insane.
I'm impressed. Wow. Nearly. Oh, they're struggling.
Come on.
They're struggling. Need
Don't
more.
go all the
Give
way
them a little bit of help.
down.
No. Let them.
That's not.
The legs are gonna get caught.
Oh. They'll turn it.
Oh, they turned it.
Got it.
They've got it. They. You gotta give them
They're
credit.
lifting all the
Oh,
other
they're
mates as
bringing
well.
something else
Oh,
too.
they got another. They got like a wasp as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
They must be having a big fiesta tonight, isn't it?
Maybe that's their version of my home.
And there it goes. Good on.
Freaking insane. I don't know, for me that was one of those things that I'm like, what the heck, like, and it just gave me that perspective on how amazing God's creation is, right? So let me see what they put in the description. Ants are one of the nature's greatest examples of swarm intelligence, countless and tiny lives combining into a force for greater than any individual could be. They're among the strongest animals on earth relative to their size, able to lift objects 10 to 50 times their own body weight. But the real secret isn't strength, it's their coordination. Scouts discover food, chemical trails guide the rest. Each ant follows simple rules, yet together they function like a living machine, tireless, efficient, and stronger than the sum of their parts. No leader calls the shots, still the colony moves as if it shares one mind. Individually fragile, collectively unstoppable. Freaking amazing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little video of it sounds even like dumb, right, of ants, right? But what they do, it just gives you a different perspective on what a creature of this nature can do when they unite, right? And like even the saying of like juntos, or what is it, unidos, man, I forgot it. Unidos jamás seremos vencidos, something like that. I haven't said it in a while, so I forgot it. But it pretty much saying that, like when we all unite, we can become unstoppable. That's why, as always stated in the past, is that they always want to create this division with people, right? Because they know that if we're divided, they're always going to win. So, yeah, crazy. So I just wanted to share that one. And then another thing too, I think at this point, we've gotten to the point that we already know that by us accepting the terms on our phones, when you open an app, you have to accept to the conditions, terms and conditions, so on and so forth. We at times don't even read it because at the end of the day, we just want these apps and we want to be able to use these apps. So we accept them. So we know that the phones are tracking everything. They're going through everything we're doing. But something when I watch this video just puts another different perspective that our phones are constantly scanning our faces, right? Even when you're not utilizing the phone or like maybe checking a specific app, maybe you just have your phone out and it's constantly scanning your phone without you even knowing. And this was depicted by I think it was a night cam, so it gives you a different view on what's actually happening behind the scenes with your phone.
Bro, this invisible light cannot be healthy. That's coming from his phone, but it's scanning his face every second.
Okay, so that was only one, right? But check out everybody else's phone.
And then you can see some over there, like someone else is doing the same thing, and someone else over there. Like this what do y'all think?
Look, it's everybody's phone. It wasn't just one specific person. It was everybody's phone that
Bro,
was.
This invisible light.
It was everybody's phone was doing the same thing. Watch, let me fast forward this.
Scanning his face every second.
So look, it's that one guy, but then look at everybody else's.
Over there, like
look,
someone else is doing the same thing, and then someone else over there. Like this, what do y'all think?
So I really wonder why or what's the purpose of them always scanning our faces. I really started thinking of why they would even do things, but at the end of the day, I think they're mainly just collecting data. Maybe at one point so they can use it for robots and study our emotions whenever we're watching a specific clip, reel on our phones. Maybe they're capturing all those different emotions so they can emulate this and put it to the future robots they're creating or using it for AI. AI freaking resources, who knows, right? But it just it's crazy, right? And at the like this video was saying, I'm not sure if he has caught that, right? But he said, who knows how harmful this is to us at this point. Remember this technology right here, it's new. We're at this point that we still don't know the different effects that having our phones in our ear, having Bluetooth in or those AirPods in our ear connected through Bluetooth is going to cost to us in the near future, right? Maybe there's going to be a ban to all of these different things in the future, but right now it's our reality. So yeah, freaking insane. Let me see what the comment section is stating. So let me see. So our phones are doing this as we watch this video, by the way. So yeah, as we're watching this, they're tracking us, right? So now this explains the hypnosis. No wonder my vision has gotten worse. That might be factual. I just thinking about how looking straight down at my I just thinking how I'm looking straight down at my and knowing it's happening to me right now. Bro, this shit trips me out because it's not talked about enough. Yeah, exactly. That's an iPhone. When I had the 13, I had constant headaches, switched back to Samsung and no more headaches. Who knows? You know what? In just before this live, I was talking to Chelo, my fiance, and she was saying that she has a headache and she has an iPhone. Not sure if there's a correlation, but yeah, just so everyone in the comments is paranoid. Yeah, well, I think we should, right? I think we shouldn't be taking this lightly as far as like one, they know all of our freaking information, but if the phone is constantly scanning us and all that, just I don't know, like we live in crazy times right now that our technology and with AI is advancing so rapidly, but at the same time, it's just like it's there's a lot of innovations happening at this moment, but at the same time, we don't know what the actual repercussions are going to be from having this technology readily available. That's real. What exactly, bro? What exactly is real? The whole tracking of our faces? So yeah, when I saw that, just keep that in mind. I know we know about all of these things happening, but just watching that light constantly in our faces, and without us even noticing, because we don't get to see that unless we have that night vision, video cam or whatnot, then we wouldn't even know about these different things. So yeah, let me know if you guys have experienced any of this or have ever heard of these subjects, or if you guys have ever caught the freaking night vision capturing these lights. But yeah, as we move forward, I do see a couple more people on the live. I did share earlier on. I'm not sure if you guys saw that, right? But I did come up with different backgrounds and stuff. If you guys want to go back into the live a little bit later, I just talked about a couple little updates that I'm doing to the live and just trying to create more better live experience for you guys. And so which is like I'll touch on it briefly. So this is like the new view for whenever I share reels just like this one. That way it's a little bit bigger for you guys. Let me know if you guys prefer this. I used to share them just like this, but I feel like this makes it a lot more visible. I hate that it has these on the side. I can shrink it, but let's say if I scroll to the next one, the size of it might change. So check this out. Let's say.
That bitch, nigga, that's what I'm talking about.
So you see, it changes the actual the actual size of the TikTok changes as, like, for some reason people upload in different sizes.
These are the pyramids.
Okay, so this one is this one is pretty similar, but when I tried different TikToks, then it will just be different sizes. So I had to make it a little bit bigger just to make sure that I'm not out of frame. So yeah, so that's one of the updates that I talked about earlier. And then also, if you guys comment on the live, you guys will see the live pop up here. Obviously, I will be pulling up comments. For example, this one caught the live. What's going on? I am Hamster. Good to see you. I'm glad you caught the live. Let's continue doing this every Sunday. That's something for sure that I want to continue doing. It just you guys make it all worth it. So. All right, so I don't see anybody else joining or mentioning anything about these topics that I just talked about right now, and I'll go ahead and move on to the next topic that I wanted to touch on. And then if you guys want to dive in on other things that I didn't touch on or something that happened during the week, we can leave that towards the end of the live. So I've heard of the night vision thermal seeing things in the woods at night, but the red night vision from Vietnam was supposed to show soldiers' enemies, but also show the demons. Yes. So that's something we've talked about this in the past, right? That's one of the main reasons why the military changed their night vision from red light. They changed it from red light into green light because there was a lot of instances and cases that the soldiers would be just shooting randomly, and after they got like data and they interviewed all these soldiers, they were saying that they were catching all these different demons through their night vision. So that's one of the theories why they say that they turned into green night vision. So I totally agree with that, right? And I forgot. Oh, you know what? Not too long ago, I talked about the laser, right? So not sure if you guys know that, and maybe I can pull it up here. Here, I'll pull it up, right? But I'm not sure because, Seva, I don't think you were part of the live last time. But so apparently there was this case that whenever you did like some sort of psychedelics, that you took some sort of like, I think it was ayahuasca or some sort of DMT. No, it wasn't ayahuasca. It was some sort of DMT. But whenever they took this and they were looking at a laser, and I think the laser was red and specific, they were able to see the actual matrix code within the laser. Let me see if I can pull it up here shortly. So you guys can, I'm not sure if you've known about this or heard about this. Let me see.
I realized that nature doesn't keep secrets.
Oh, this is too long. So let me see.
It looked like programming code.
It's definitely saying something, and I just want to take a picture of it and translate it.
Wow.
You see that?
Okay, so yeah, it's not stuck.
No.
It's not because of the light.
No, it's on its own side. Light is just literally revealing it.
And each angle shows you different layers, different ways through it.
I can see through the wall. It's not like a hallucination. It has spatial awareness and permanence. I don't know. Whoa.
For centuries, mankind has attempted to explore these psychedelic, altered states, but we've never had a repeatable, testable phenomenon to observe until now.
Yeah, so apparently it was all kinds of people that did DMT. When they looked at a red laser, they were able to see the matrix code, and they were like that one person mentioned that they were able to see through the wall and see the different, I guess, dimensions. So crazy. Maybe there's something specific about red in specific that you're able to capture certain things, right? Similar to whenever you take a picture and you see something that wasn't there, but when you actually look at the film, you look at the picture, you saw something bleeding through the image, right? So who knows? But yeah, that's something that still to this day interests me, and I wonder if they have continued like experimenting with red laser or any red night vision that they ended up changing within time. Just so you guys know, I might have somebody calling in to the live. Hopefully they do call in, because I was pretty interested on what they were going to mention. So hopefully they do join in. But before they call in, if they do, I want to move on to the next topic. Initially, before when I initially saw this video, I was like, what the heck? What type of India video this is going to be, right? This person's like barefoot using this machine. But then once I actually got the idea and once I caught what the video was about, I was like, what the heck is this? I had never seen one of this, but check this out. The title of this is Surgeon is performing live surgery from across the world using this robot. I gotta mute it. I don't want to get freaking copywritten, but check this out. So literally, check this out. When I first saw this, I was just focusing like, what the heck? Why is he barefoot, right? Like, I thought it was some sort of meme, but then it turns out that this machine in particular, it's called the Da Vinci surgical robot. And what it is, let me see if I can pull up a little video and I'll go into it right now. Or I'll speak on it right now and then I'll share some more videos on this. But what it is the surgeon sits at a console, right? And they're looking through a 3D high definition camera that magnifies everything inside the body up to 10 times, right? So this surgeon can be looking at a patient from like across the world, like this video was stating, and they're looking at whatever their surgery they're accomplishing up to 10 times greater. So instead of looking down at the patient, they're basically inside of the surgical field through this immersive screen. And because of the precision, the recovery time for the patients is way faster, less bleeding, less scarring, and people are walking around sometimes the next day like nothing happened. What's cool is the name Da Vinci. It's inspired by Leonardo da Vinci, the OG who mixed science, art, and mechanics centuries ago. And now this name has been attached to the robot that combines all that into modern medicine. The craziest part is the new versions can do something called single port surgery, which means the robot operates through just one tiny entry point. We're literally entering a new era of surgery that might leave no scarring. So I'll pull up some videos with that. And I did ask ChatGPT, like, when was this first introduced? And it turns out this was like way since the freaking 1999 or the 2000s. So yeah, the first Da Vinci system was cleared by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, FDA, in 2000 for some sort of surgery. I'm not going to even try to mention that. So let me see if I can pull up Da Vinci surgical. Let me see, Da Vinci. Freaking insane. I don't know if you guys had seen this in the past. Da Vinci surgical robot. There we go.
With this robot, check it out. This is our good friend, Mr. Da Vinci.
Man, I hate that freaking all these videos have like music in the background. But yeah, you can actually see the surgeon like be doing this like remotely from this robot, this computer, and the actual robot itself is doing all the surgery on the patient. Let's see if I have other videos that I can pull up. It has music, so I need to lower it down again. But apparently this is what the surgery machines are. Look at that. They're literally peeling a freaking grape. Freaking insane. No wonder people were like, the video or the description of this video was saying that the patients can walk like nothing happened the following day in some cases. The precision in this machine is incredible. Yeah, freaking crazy. So I had never seen something like this before. I think I have, but to be honest, when I saw this, it's pretty crazy. So, and now keep in mind, this was like what, 25 years ago. So man, all the different freaking technology we have now is insane. Let me see. Serve. Sev. I've heard the night vision thermal seeing things in the woods, and okay, well, I've already read that. Yeah, so okay, so yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy, and I think I only have one more video, and then I'll check in if my caller is gonna call in and talk about the subject I wanted to talk about, and then we'll take it from there. So this next clip, I had never heard about this in the past, right? So artist Marina Abramovic. Let me say it again. Artist Marina Abramovic. In 1974, here, I'll be playing this video. I'll do that instead. I'll be playing this video and I'll talk about it. It has, once again, I think it has music, so I'll be reading the description of it. Yeah, and this one's pretty crazy as well. So check this out. So this is the artist Marina Abramovic. In 1974, performance artist Marina Abramovic created one of the most intense art pieces ever called Rhythm O. She stood completely still for 6 hours in a gallery in Naples, Italy, with 72 objects laid out on a table. Things like a rose, a feather, a whip, scissors, a knife, and even a loaded gun. A sign told the audience they could use any of the objects on her in any way they desired, and she would take full responsibility. At first, people were gentle, so everybody was pretty gentle with all the different objects they chose, offering her flowers or kisses. But as time went on, the behavior started to shift, right? And it grew darker. They cut her close, pressed thorns into her skin, and even aimed the gun at her. The performance revealed something haunting: how quickly human behavior can shift when consequences are removed. So pretty much this artist had all these different items on the table, and then like they could do whatever they wanted to her. She was pretty much the display. She was the canvas for these people to do whatever they wanted. And like this description was stating, they could do anything. People started very light, and then everything, once they knew that there was like no repercussions to them, they started doing insane things, right? Things that your normal day-to-day person wouldn't do, but they started realizing that there was not going to be any consequences. And I believe this is just, I'm not sure if this is a mock-up of the items or these were the actual items, but check this out. So that's the layout of all the different items that this artist had, right? And obviously, yeah, here, let me play it again. So, and yeah, there's a lot of crazy items right there. And yeah, it's crazy how the human person can react. I think I just received a message from the caller. So let me see if she will be calling in. Let me check. Hi friends, I'm out driving the kids. Can't join tonight, next time. Okay, so yeah, she's not gonna be able to call in. It sucks. I really wanted to hear her story. I don't know if you guys caught that right, but she was mentioning the person that was gonna call in. She was gonna talk about her experience of microdosing and the benefits she received, and I might schedule her for next weekend if possible, but I know she's busy. I think today's like her only day off and stuff. So, yeah, I'm really interested in that. I've heard a lot of benefits of microdosing with shrooms, so I'm very interested. And people say that you get so many different insights. I'm a strong believer that whenever you're connected to nature, that nature itself has its own internet. And we've lost touch through that, right? Like the roots of the trees, the roots of plants. It's its own internet, right? That's nature's internet before the actual internet we're used to in modern times. And when you touch base and you connect to Mother Earth, right? Like ayahuasca or peyote and all these different medicines out there, you pretty much tap into this. So yeah, crazy. So I'm gonna really schedule that that way we can actually have it planned out, and yeah, I think that'll be interesting. But other than that, I think that's gonna wrap up everything that I have. I think in the past, Sev, I think you mentioned that you were willing to call in. Not sure if you're willing to call in. This is the number. I can wait a couple minutes, and just we can talk about anything, and then we'll take it from there. I do have like another 15 minutes that I can use up. If not, I'll end it here shortly. But yeah, I know everybody's busy. I know eventually with time, the community, is it similar to shrooms? Yeah, that's exactly what she was going to be talking about shrooms. A lot of people have mentioned that they receive a lot of benefits. So yeah, me doing lives, a lot of people would be scared about doing lives, right? For instance, even me, right? I've experienced that, but like this mantra was saying, like, stop waiting for perfection, right? Stop waiting to get a huge audience. Like if there's been, I think I've seen like 1 or 2 or 3, I think at the most I saw like 6 people join in. And for me, that's freaking great. That's amazing to me, right? A lot of people, I know there's going to be people that if they go back and look at my numbers or whatever, they're going to be like, 6 views, 10 views. But at the end of the day, we forget that those are not only views. So those are people that took the time to decide to have a connection between each other, right? Even if it's across the screen, we're still able to interact. So I don't take any of this for granted. And I, more than anything, I want to keep this documented, right? Because I pray to God and I do want to manifest that eventually the community will grow, and then we can start doing this more and more constant. I was talking to my fiance, right, that my goal for this would be that maybe every single night at 8 o'clock we could do this, right? Right now I have to limit it for only Sundays. And just because like I do have so many different errands, like today I did yard work. I took my family to the pumpkin patch. We went out for dinner, so many different things, right? And I know you guys are busy, right? Everybody's busy, but the thing is that my goal would be for that, just to be doing every night lives and just having a freaking like just a good time, like almost some sort of like radio station that I have people call in. I'm a strong advocate at, even if you're starting from the bottom, like do things right, to your best of your ability, to the best of, I know the financial thing might not be there for a lot of people, but work with whatever you have and make it the best experience possible with whatever you do, right? Like, let's say if you want to enter into a sport in specific, you might not have the best resources out there, but do your best with what you have. Similar to that, like working out, you don't have to go to the gym. You can literally work out with your own body weight and just be in shape, right? But work with what you have and make it the best case scenario, right? So yeah, so I just wanted to document that, right? That I don't take 4, 5, 6 viewers for granted. For me, that's freaking amazing. So thank you guys. I really, really do appreciate that. Let me see. I am Hasta. What do you think of 3AI? I think it's Atlas. You know what? I'm a little confused with. I think it's 3i Atlas. Let me see. I think it's called different than that, right? 3AI Atlas. Let me see. I can pull up ChatGPT and tell me what it's going on with that and see what the input I get. Hey chat, can you hear me? Let me see. Chad, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. I can definitely hear you. Let me know what you need.
Okay, so the chat is asking me right now what I think about 3AI Atlas. So I've seen videos, right, that they're saying that it's a comet-like spaceship traveling to close to Earth, right? But can you give me a little bit more insight on what scientists or what the media is saying? That way I can learn more of this subject and that way I can give my input.
So basically what's out there is that this object called 3i Atlas, which was discovered a few months ago, is being watched pretty closely. It's got a comet-like tail, and some folks are speculating that it might actually be maneuvering in a controlled way. NASA's watching it to see what happens next, so there's definitely some buzz in the media.
But what is this in specific? Or I think I keep on hearing that this is some sort of like spaceship, or is that just theories, or what is it?
Yeah, so right now it's mostly just theories and a bit of hype. Officially, 3i Atlas is classified as an interstellar object, kind of like Oumuamua a few years back. Some people are speculating that it's maneuvering in ways that a natural comet might not, which is why there are theories floating around that it could be some kind of spacecraft. But as of now, scientists are generally saying it's just an unusual interstellar visitor and they're studying it to learn more. So it's more speculation than confirmed spaceship at this point.
So why is there so much conspiracy behind this? Like, what's the top conspiracies that people are saying about this 3AI Atlas?
Well, these kinds of mysterious space objects always spark a good amount of conspiracy chatter. In this case, one of the top conspiracies is that 3i Atlas is some kind of alien probe or spacecraft doing a flyby of Earth. People love the idea that an interstellar visitor might not just be a rock, but something sent by another civilization. Another conspiracy theory floating around is that governments know more about it than they're letting on, and that it's being tracked secretly as if it's a controlled vehicle. Basically, anytime you get a weird space object, you'll get folks who think it's a cover-up or a sign of extraterrestrial life.
Do you guys have any other things that you guys want me to ask chat? So that's pretty much everything that I had heard, right? That it was some sort of comet or something and people started coming up with speculations. But if you guys have anything else that I should ask chat, let me know. So they're telling me that it's possible, like some sort of false flag aliens. Why would this be some sort of false flag? What do you say?
Yeah, the whole false flag alien idea is basically one of those theories that pops up whenever there's something mysterious in space. The idea behind a false flag in this context is that some people think governments might use the idea of an alien threat, like pretending this comet is a spaceship, as a way to unite people, justify certain policies, or just distract from other issues. It's a classic conspiracy theme that some event is staged or exaggerated for hidden motives. Of course, there's no evidence that 3i Atlas is part of any such plan. It's just one of those speculations that comes up when people see something unexplained. So it's more about the fun of the conspiracy than anything concrete.
Yeah, so I think I have somebody mentioned, JC mentioned Blue Beam, right? So that's something I've heard a lot in the past chat, that eventually the whole plan with Blue Beam is that, the government's going to start utilizing all this technology to project images of, alien UFO invasion. So would this possibly be one of those cases, the Blue Beam, to start getting the masses, I guess, conditioned to that something greater that might happen?
Yeah, totally. Get where you're coming from. So Project Bluebeam is one of those long-standing conspiracy theories that basically says governments or powerful groups will use holographic technology to simulate things like alien invasions or other supernatural events to control the public. In other words, the theory goes that something like 3i Atlas could be used as a sort of warm-up to get people used to the idea of extraterrestrial threats. And then later on, maybe they'd ramp it up with more dramatic projections or staged events. Of course, this is all in the realm of conspiracy theories, and there's no real evidence to support it. But it's definitely one of those ideas that gets people talking, especially when there's something unusual in the sky. So yeah, that's the connection to Bluebeam and why some folks are bringing it up.
Cool, thank you, chat. Yeah, so that's something else. I don't know why it does this whenever I change into some of these comments. Okay, yeah, it's doing it again. There we go. So yeah, so going back to my opinion, when I have watched some of these videos, it's literally like a super distant telescope image of this blurry image of this, object, right? So when I saw it, I started like watching and listening to what they were saying, but it's just like literally you can't really tell what the heck that is. So I haven't really dived too much into it, but according to ChatGPT, there's nothing concrete on it. So if you guys have any theories, I did see Julian and I did see I think JC and other people were saying that Sev, sorry, I don't know your actual name, or I don't know if that's your actual name, Sev, but yeah, I don't know if you guys have any other ideas or theories to this, but I personally, I just don't know. It's just too far away that I wouldn't know what the heck to make out of, right? I keep an open mind just because we don't know unless we personally see it. So I never discard anything. But yeah, not until I see something or I see something concrete, I'll just keep my mind open to it, and I'll hear all different sides of what it could be, right? So, all right. Any final words? Anybody wants to call in? I do have 5 more minutes before I end this live. Once again, thank you for taking the time. Once again, this is the number I use this through WhatsApp. So if you guys want to drop in links, or even through Instagram or TikTok, right? But this would make it a lot easier for me to pull up. If you guys want to call in, or if you guys want to drop in links so we can have talking points for the next live next Sunday, please feel free to do so. Really appreciate you guys. Once again, I don't know if you guys want to try this, and no pressure, right? But I did mention that I think if you guys drop a super chat, and if you have the chance to do it, like let's say 50 cents or something like that, I just want to see if this emoji will pop up like somewhere around here. I think you guys can do like a 50 cents or something. I just want to see it work. I spent like freaking my whole evening 2 days ago trying to make things work. At least now I see that the chat here comes up on screen, so that worked. As mentioned, that I tried new things for this upcoming week, for this week, for today's live, and I just want to see if the super chat is working. You're supposed to hear like this sound and this like logo pop up, and that kind of like tells you that, oh, you received the super chat. And I've seen this in larger like freaking live streams or content creators. I just want to see if it's actually working for me. I've never got it to work. So if there's a way or a chance to like even donate like 50 cents, whatever you guys can. Let me see if I think it allows you. $1. I'll even pay you back. I don't care. I just want to see if it actually works. Oh shit, it freaking worked. Yeah, it worked. Oh dude, Julie Cakes, thank you bro. So it worked. Oh shit, it worked, man.
Saluting face emoji.
Okay, yeah. So I think if you, and that's exactly what I want to try it. Julie Cake, Sev, thank you so much. So if you drop a super chat, it's supposed to, and you drop a message, it's supposed to read whatever message you actually dropped, right? And right now, I think it said a salute emoji. So thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, but if you actually type something or whatnot, it's supposed to read it off. And I don't know if you guys caught that, but it says, I'm rich, biatch. But yeah, thank you. It worked. Oh man, dude, I literally spent all my evening 2 days ago trying to figure these things out. And if you guys ever have questions about like content creating and how to do all of this, I'm an open book, especially all of you guys joining in and being like seeing me at the beginning stages of my live streams. Thank you. So if there's no final diebacks, we're gonna end this live. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the couple clips I had, the conversation, and remember the mantra here. I'll end this with the mantra once again, and then we'll just call it a day or call it a night. And check this out. So the mantra, just so you guys don't forget, this week I refuse. Let me start again. This week I refuse to shrink myself. I speak my truth, even if my voice shakes. I'm done waiting for perfect. I'm showing up as I am, because that's already enough. Just remember, we're already enough. We're special. God created us in the image He wanted to see us for a specific purpose, right? So don't wait for perfection. This week's energy is about stepping into who you really are, not the filtered version, not the one that plays it safe. This week, we're not waiting for confidence to show up. We're moving first and letting confidence catch up. No shrinking, no silence, just realness. With that being said, everybody that joined in, thank you so much. You guys made it all worth it. Julie Cake, Sev, JC, I am Hamsta. Who else joined in? I'm trying to go through the comments. Just anybody that joined in. Hopefully didn't miss anybody else. But thank you so much, and hope to see you guys next weekend. So with that being said, till next time, man. And remember, you guys are made in perfection in God's image.